Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Ramakrishna Hari. Shri Guru Charitra, Chapter 2. Siddha Muni guides Namdharak. Namdharak was greatly amazed to see the dream. He awoke and began to proceed further on his path. While going, he was all the time thinking over the dream he had seen in the previous night. He now observed that similar personality, alike that seen by him in the dream, was coming from the front. He prostrated himself humility before him and said, "You are my mother and father. Kindly favor me, an orphan child. Kindly tell me your name and place of residence." The Siddha Muni said, "I am a yogi. I live on earth and in heaven also. I have been visiting holy places and now I have come here. I am a disciple of Sri Guru Narasimha Saraswati, who resides at Gangapur near Sangam, the meeting place of the Bhima and Amaraj rivers. He is in the incarnation of Trimurtis and always found in meditation. He has come to this earth for the salvation of his devotees. His devotees get food, cows and other wealth in abundance." Hearing this, Namdharak asked him, "Though my forefathers have been devotees of Sri Guru for generations, why should we in such adverse conditions? Will you kindly satisfy me in this respect?" Sri Siddha said, "You say that you worship Sri Guru, yet complain adversities. That it seems that you are not worship Sri Guru wholeheartedly. Even if Sri Vishnu or Sri Shiva is angry with his devotee, Sri Guru can surely protect him. But if Sri Guru is enraged, even Sri Vishnu or Shiva cannot protect him." Namdharak said, "Kindly tell me why Sri Guru is said to be the incarnation of Trimurtis, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. How is it that if Sri Guru is enraged, none else can protect? Where can I find this reference? Kindly explain all this to me, so that my mind would become more firm in devotion." Sri Siddha said, "4 Vedas come out as utterance of 4-headed Brahma. From the Vedas, 18 Puranas were construed. Brahma Vaivarta is one of these, and it is stated in it that in the Dwapar Yuga, Vyas, the Vishnu incarnate, spread the light of knowledge on earth, though such volumes known as Brahma Sutras. Rishis and Munis listen to the tales from Vyas, which I am narrating to you. Once upon a time, Kali Yuga asked Brahma about the greatness of Sri Guru. Namdharak intervened, asking, "Why did Brahma narrate this to Kali?" Sri Siddha proceeds saying, "In the state of evolution, Adinarayan Sri Vishnu was lying on a leaf of earth. He desired, and lotus came out of his umbilicals. On it was seated Brahma, who looked to the 4 directions, and he got 4 heads. He thought that he was all supreme. Realizing this, Sri Vishnu smiled and said, 'Ah, I'm here, bow to me.' Brahma bowed to him and praised him. Being pleased, Sri Vishnu asked Brahma to create this universe. Sri Vishnu gave him 4 Vedas and also told him to create this world according to the process given in the Veda. Brahma then created this world, which has several animate and inanimate things such as Svedaj, those born of perspiration as bugs, etc. Andaj, those coming out of eggs and birds. Jaraj, those begetting from placenta, bone, as human being. And Udbij, coming out of earth, plants, creepers, trees. Similarly, Brahma created 3 lokas. This process of creation has been stated in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana in the following manner. Brahma called every yug one after the other and asked him to go on earth. First came Krityug, who did not speak a lie, was learned and devoid of family attachments, has sacred thread and necklace of Rudraksha beads around the neck. He said, "The people of earth speak a lie and are sinful. How can I go and stay there?" Brahma said, "Stay there for some time. I shall be sending another yug to follow you." Then came Treta Yuga. Fat in body, possessed articles of sacrifice in his hands. In this yuga, people performed sacrifices and abode by the rules of religions and rituals, and most of them were Brahmins. After the Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yugas approached Brahma. He had arrows and other weapons in his hand. He was both kind and wicked. Virtue and sin were both visible in him. Lastly, Kali Yuga was called for ghost-like appearance, thoughtless heart, old age, struggling, despising mentality, were his characteristics. He came before Brahma and began dancing and uttering childish words. And one moment he laughed and another he belted and then abused anybody. Seeing him in such strange mood, Brahma asked, Why are you naked and abusing so filthily? Kali replied, I shall win over people by these two means. I am not afraid of anybody. Brahma smiled and told me to go the earth and show the influence of his evil intentions. Kali said, I selfish, destroyer of dharma. I like quarrel, despising, and I long for the wealth and wives of others. I am a friend to those who pretend to be a saint, and I am an enemy of all the virtues. Brahma told him, in Kali Yuga, the span of life of the human beings would be only 100 years. In the former Yugas, as the lifespan was too long, people followed the path of penance and devotion in order to attain supreme knowledge. In Kali Yuga, a man can attain salvation, the observing penance and devotion for less time. You should help such virtuous person. Kali said, such virtuous men are my enemies. I am afraid of such persons. How should I then go to the earth? Brahma said, take Kal and Atma with you. They will destroy the religious mindedness and even induce virtuous person to commit sins. Kali said, they are enemies who abide by the religion and are devotees of Vishnu and Shiva, who listen to Puranas, give charities, and who have peaceful hearts. But on the contrary, I love those who love their wives and children, dishonor their parents, who despise Vedas and Sastras, who see separateness in Vishnu and Shiva and despise them. Brahma said, you are clever. People will follow you and act as per your wishes. And as soon as you go there in a few persons and virtuous, you do not trouble them. Kali said, I am cruel. Please tell me how I should help the virtuous. Please direct me as to how I should behave on the earth. Brahma said, I am sending Kal and Atma also with you, who will direct you. The virtuous only can will you, all others will soon be your slaves. Kali asked, how a Siddha or saint is to be known? Brahma said, please do not harass the learned and those who worship Har, who serve parents, gods and Brahmins, cows and plants as Tulsi. You need not affect these. Kali again said, what is the importance of Guru? How he is to be known? Brahma said, alphabets Gu means Siddha, and R and U imply Sri Ganesh, who is Guru. Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, parents are all gurus of this earth. Knowledge imbibed with rational thinking is seen in the heart of the Guru. Study of Dharma and Shastra without Guru is futile. He directs in action through devotion and disintegration. One cannot surpass worldly miseries without the help of guidance of Guru. He throws a flashlight on the dark illusionary path. Service to the Guru makes one pure in body, speech and thinking. I shall just tell a tale as an example. On the bank of Godavari, there was the ashram of Angiras Rishi. Many disciples were being trained in his ashram. One disciple named Sandeepak served his Guru Vedadharma with great devotion. Once Vedadharma Muni gathered his disciples together and said, if you really love me, do as I bid you. All replied, Gurudev, we shall act as per your command. For one who does not obey his Guru goes to hell and cannot get salvation. The Guru said, I have committed sin in my previous births. The effect of many of them has been wiped off by my penance. But still some of them are persisting. I will not get salvation unless I suffer the evil effects of these sins with my body. I, therefore, wish to go to Kashi. Stay there and get rid of these sins. You have to attend on me and serve me during this period. One who is strong enough should undertake this hard task. Sandeepak accepted this bid. Vedadharma said it is better to get rid of the sin so long as one has sound health. Otherwise, they spread like poison. So I should go to the holy place and suffer the bad effects myself. Even gods have to suffer, then how can a human being like myself avoid the same? Sandipak said, kindly tell me what I should do. I shall spare no pains in serving you. Vedadharma said, I shall become blind, lame, and a leper. You will have to serve me for 21 years in such condition. If you are resolute, then only you should accept this job. Sandipak said, Gurudev, I resolve that I shall also be blind, lame, and leper and serve you devotedly and see that you get rid of all the sins. Vedadharma was much pleased with these words. He further said, one should suffer the evil effects of one's sin oneself and should not allow the son or the pupil or anyone else to suffer for him. The sin will not be wiped off unless they are borne by one's own body. It is very taxing to serve a deceased person. So you will have to take troubles even more than myself. Please take me to Kashi and do serve me there. Sandipak assured his guru and soon he took him to Kashi. They lived there at Kambaleshwar, to the north of Manikarnika. The Muni took a bath in Manikarnika and worshipped Vishveshwar and began to suffer the pangs of disease. As the time passed on, leprosy developed all over his body and he became blind. Losing his eyesight, his body was petrified and pus, blood, germs flowed out of it. He began to have fits also. Still Sandipak took all pains to nurse him Guru with great devotion. He used to bring alms daily for his Guru, fed him and served him, thinking him to be Kashi Vishveshwar. Vedadharma, being in diseased condition, became peevish by nature and often was enraged and spoke harsh words to the disciple. Sandipak. Someday he would not take food. Someday he would abuse him cruelly for bringing insufficient for undelicious alms. Someday he would throw away the food in anger and despair. Sometimes he would even beat him severely. Another time he would complain that he did not clean his body, wounds, clothes smeared with stool and urine. Consequently, he was much troubled by flies. When Sandipak was attending on him, he would say, why did he not go out of alms? In this way, Sandipak was harassed every now and then. Yet Sandipak tried his best to bring good, delicious food and vegetables as directed by his guru. Though he was living in Kashi, he never went to the Vishveshwar temple to worship and see the most holy shrine of Vishveshwar. Similarly, he did not think of any other thing, but he solely devoted himself to the nursing and giving best service to his guru, whom he respected as God Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma. Though the guru got enraged off and on, he did not retort harshly. Seeing as such devoted service to his guru, Kashi Vishveshwar was so pleased, and then he appeared before him and told him to ask for some favor or blessings. Sandipak replied, without the approval of my guru, I cannot ask for your blessings. He then came to his guru and said, Kashi Vishveshwar is pleased to offer me some blessings. If you permit me, I shall pray him to remove your physical pangs and give you sound health. Hearing this, Vedadharma was enraged. He said to Sandipak, do not pray Vishveshwar for my health. If I do not suffer these pangs, I will have to suffer in my next birth, and this would obstruct my path of salvation. Sandipak returned to Kashi Vishveshwar and told him, my guru does not like me to accept any blessings from you. Being amazed, Kashi Vishveshwar went to Sri Vishnu and reported this wonderful incident to him. Hearing this, Sri Vishnu and Sri Kashi Vishveshwar desired to see this disciple and his guru, and so they both came to Kashi and approached Sandipak. Sri Vishnu said, O Deepak, I am pleased with your devotion to your guru. You may ask for whatever you desire. I shall fulfill your wishes. Sandipak said, O Narayan, even after undertaking penance in dense forest for infinite period, you disappoint your devotees. But when neither did I worship you, nor recite your name, why should you be pleased with me and ask me to have a boon from you? Sri Vishnu said, "Whatever devoted service you have rendered to your Guru has been received by me. I love such disciples very much. I am under his influence and I willingly offer him my blessing. I like wife's devotion to her husband, bowing to Brahmins, ascetic and sannyasis, and such person come to my place in the end." Sandeepak said, "O Mahavishnu, I have full faith that I shall attain all knowledge of Vedas and Shastras from my Guru. As Guru is my God, Trimurtis, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh are within my reach. Whatever blessings you give me, I shall be getting the same easily from my Guru. I am therefore serving my Guru devotedly." On this, Sri Vishnu said pleasingly, "Sandeepak, you are the best among all the disciples. You are my loving child. Shri Vishiva and myself are pleased with your devotion. Ask for a boon." Sandeepak said, "If you are so keen to favor me with your blessings, kindly give me such guidance as would enable me to serve my Guru with still more devotion." Sri Vishnu said, "Amen. We offer you what you desire. You have known Guru and also experienced Parabrahma in yourself. The word Guru contains only two alphabets. Still, it is the ocean of nectar. One who dips into it, even for a moment, will cross this worldly ocean. One who always remembers Guru is respected in all lokas." When Sandeepak went to his Guru, the Guru asked him, "What did Mahavishnu give you?" Sandeepak replied, "I asked him to guide me to serve my Guru with more devotion and he was pleased to give me his blessings. I wish I would serve you well incessantly." Hearing this, Vedadharma too was extremely pleased. He said, "You are the best of all disciples. You should stay in Kashi. Whatever you say will be true. You will receive the wealth of Kuber. The miseries of those who remember who you will come to an end." The same moment, the body of Vedadharma Muni became healthy and bright. He had suffered from leprosy and other pangs only for testing his disciple. In this way, Brahma told Kali this tale for Sandeepak, "O Namdarak, you should also worship Sri Guru with such devotion, and then only you shall easily pass over the worldly miseries. Control your sense, karma, dhyan, and also heart, and other by you will win even the great God, Parameshwar." श्री पाद श्री वल्लभ दिगंबर महाराज की जय।